Hello, guys. Welcome to another 19 Alligators YouTube video. Welcome back, Gator Nation. I am so excited to be back. And I have a very special video today, thanks to my beautiful at least 100 YouTube subscribers that I am so very proud of and grateful for. I asked you guys in my Discord server. I said, hello friends, since I have infinite wisdom and 100 YouTube subscribers, I'm going to try to do a Q&A. Feel free to ask anything silly or serious about anything you want. Um, and I was scared that not enough people were going to answer it, but I have ended up with quite a lot of questions, and I'm a talker, so we're gonna just kind of see how it goes. Um, and I did make sure for all of my, Subway Surfers, Reddit story, Reels enjoyers that during this I will be recording enough gameplay to cover all of my yap, but first I need to know how long my yap is going to be, so um, that will be playing in the background. It's not really related to what I'm saying, but there might be some like rageful moments. I played some of it and like there's like a town that I definitely should have known in like far northern Scotland. Um, so I don't know, you'll see that at some point. Um, but I'm gonna get started. And I hope this isn't too boring of a video and that you guys enjoy hearing my thoughts. So the first question is from my like such wonderful internet auntie Roticity. She asks, everyone always asks what's one piece of advice you'd give your younger self, but what's one piece of advice you'd give to your older self? Um, this is a really good question, and I have never been asked it before. I think um, advice that I give to my older self is to be proud of how far I've come. I think I've put a lot of work into growing as a person and um, finding out what I want to do and learning about myself that I could have just not done, and I think I would have been a lot worse off for it. And so I'm proud of how much I've achieved in terms of self-growth, and I think that it's hard to get focused on, or like it's easy to get focused on like the day-to-day, just doing your tasks, but I think it's also important to remember how far you've come, and um it kind of helps you be kind to yourself as a person and remember to be grateful for the people and the things that you have in your life. So yeah, I'll start there. Slither asks, where are the 18 other alligators? So they are here. They all live with me. You guys don't see them because I'm keeping them off the internet because I did not want to be a mommy vlogger. I did not sign up for that. Um, I have a moral compass and I'm not going to monetize my children in that way, even if they are reptiles. I just don't think that it's I just don't think that it's healthy for them. I think that in order for them to develop their own individuality, they need to live without the judgment of outsiders so that they can truly discover who they are instead of who everyone else wants them to be. And so for that reason, I don't envision myself ever putting them on the internet. They can go on the internet if they willingly choose once they're of age, but for the moment, I keep them off the internet so that they can develop their own sense of self. Barry Pigeon 1968 says, bacon wrapped alligator. This is not a question. Don't like this one. Slither asks a follow-up question. How are they doing? I think no one asks how the 18 other alligators are. My alligators are they're really good. They're on their self-development journeys. They're learning about the things that they want to. They're alligators, so they don't have to go to like regular school. They can just learn about the things that they want and do whatever they want during the day because they don't need to be smart. They can just be themselves. And they don't ever need to have jobs. So it's really like they're doing awesome. They love life. Sometimes we go to the park. Um, and they're kind of upset because there's not really an alligator pool there and they have trouble playing with some of the kids, but they're learning, and I think as they get older, they'll kind of learn to play amongst each other and kind of engage the kids that want to be engaged and not engage the ones that don't. It's a really valuable life lesson if you think about it. Um, Slither follows up with hopefully not bacon wrapped, to which Barry Pigeon 1968 has reacted with the drooling face emoji. Despicable stuff. Um, John? Wait. Okay, so this is the problem because JHK joined my server, but then he changed his name to John Harley Kirklog. And now it's like been that way for so long that I like kind of forgot what his actual name is. John Harley Kellogg, but it's not Harley. Harvey. Okay. Um, John Harvey Kirk Kellogg. Okay, Kellogg says, when are you restarting the TikTok content creation grind? Um, and to that, I was most alarmed by the phrasing of restarting, because that implies that I have in the past started a TikTok content creation grind. And I know what you're thinking. 19alligators, you aren't on TikTok. And to those who say that, you're correct. However, the chat then proceeded to take a sharp left turn and find my old uh, TikTok account, um, because now it's private, but some of my videos were posted in like compilation videos, and it was about a very specific topic, and so it was not difficult to find, unfortunately. Things on the internet really do stay there forever. And so they all proceeded to go find my old TikTok account and then all go find both of my old Twitter accounts, um, and then copy paste my own tweets into the Q&A submissions tab. So, in terms of when I'm restarting the TikTok content creation grind, I don't foresee that happening just because I feel like anytime I'm on TikTok, generally, it's not because I'm doing well. And so I kind of don't, like, I don't have the app on my phone. I I have my Reels time. We all need our Reels time. Don't lie. Like, you need your short form content somehow, but not in a way where you can post it, you know? TikTok is like, it's too accessible to post things. And for a yapper like me, the boundaries get very tricky. So I tend to stay off of TikTok, unfortunately. Diono asks, what are the top three things on your bucket list? Um, I have always told myself that one day I want to have a little house with two bedrooms, one bedroom for me and one bedroom for all my friends that want to come visit. And I want to live in a really pretty place, and I want to have my entire front yard be full of wildflowers, like wildflower seed mix, so that there's just a ton of flowers everywhere. And I want to have two cats or maybe three cats so that they don't get lonely and I can take them on walks. So that is one of my things on my bucket list. My other thing on my bucket list is to be content in the present. I think that I would like to reach a point in my life where I don't feel like I am putting myself through something that's kind of a means to an end. Like, I want to feel like I've gotten there at some point. And I'm really looking forward to that moment. And I do think that there's a possibility that it won't ever feel like that. I think it's a possibility I won't like it feeling like that, but I want to at least have the choice, because I think I could get to a point where it feels like that and I decide, well, I don't like not having a goal to work towards. Like, I like getting up in the morning with an idea of something that I'm, like, a direction that I'm moving in. Um, and right now, like that's all I've kind of ever had in my life is you need to get through this to get to this, and you need to get through this to get to this. Most of it being like schooling and work experience and stuff. Um, and so sometimes you kind of have these moments where you're like, oh man, I wish these few months would just pass by, like they're kind of filler time. And I don't want to feel like my life is filler time. Like I want to feel like I'm living my daily life so that I can experience the things that I am experiencing on a daily basis, not just to get through it, to get to something, bigger and better on my goals list and career path. Um, so I would say to be content living in the present moment on a daily basis would be number 2 on my bucket list. Number 3 on my bucket list. Oh, this is tough because I actually didn't really think about the my question answers um, before I started the video, so this is kind of just off the dome. Um, I think, I mean, you could always say travel somewhere. I haven't really traveled so much, but honestly, like, I just want to be able to see my friends, and being able to see my friends and see, like, beautiful parts of the world that I'm really interested in would be so cool. I don't really care, like, where I end up, like, as long as I have people I care about with me. And, like, maybe one day I'll want to do a solo trip, but I just really like being able to see people that I don't get to see a lot, like my wonderful friends all around the world that I don't get to see very much. That's why, like, when I was in Copenhagen, I didn't really do any of the touristy stuff. Like I just spent all of my time hanging out with like friends that I wouldn't normally get to see, and like of course the city's beautiful, and we walked around the city together and just took pictures of everything we saw. Um, but and it was like every day you're just kind of absorbing every moment because it's like the one time that you get to have all your friends around and uh like have this beautiful new city that you've never seen before around. Um, So really, I just like to explore new things and places with my friends. So that would be number 3 on my bucket list. I'm not really picky, just, something. Barry Pigeon 1968 asks a real question this time. Shockingly, what lengths would you go to get your ideal birria taco? Okay, first of all, I have to address the elephant in the room, which is that a white day can never win when you're trying to pronounce like a Mexican food or like a Latine food of some kind. I don't actually know if it's Mexican, so I probably shouldn't say that. Um, because you can say it like with the regular like Spanish language pronunciation, but then it's like you're being a tryhard and like all the white people are like stop being a tryhard like you're white as hell like stop that. But then if I'm saying like birria taco, like it feels like disrespectful. Like it feels like I'm stomping on something that is so precious as a birria taco that like you can't. So like there's really no winning for me, so I'm just gonna say it like how you would in Spanish kind of, but like the lengths I would go to get a birria taco would be like a good one, like a perfect birria taco. I would have to say like pretty decent lengths. Like I probably would walk like a mile. I'm thinking about like GeoWizard's video where he'll like walk across Scotland or some shit. And it's like, are you even getting a birria taco at the end of that? Because if you're not, why did you do that? Like I don't even know if I would do that for a birria taco, but I might also just be lazy. It's delicious, but it's also like one experience. And you'll probably forget what it tastes like in a little bit, and then you'll be like, man, now I have to go do that again to get the same birria taco, and then you already know what it tastes like, so it won't be like as magical and good. So it's like, man, if I just never knew that that taco existed, how much would it really be hurting me? Barry Pigeon 1968 said, go to supermarket meal deal. Now, this is riveting actually because the other day I was at my local Giant Eagle, and for those who know, You're my goats. And I think it was like Super Bowl Sunday, so it was kind of a while ago, but they had buy one, get one free boneless honey barbecue wings. So I literally came home with like 40 boneless wings for like $10. Um, and personally, that was an astounding deal. I was thrilled, and my housemates were thrilled. So I would have to say that that was a pretty good one. I don't know if I have a go-to because I feel like they're always changing and you have to kind of find new ones. But that was, that was a real contender. That was wonderful. BRBW, or 4.5 out of 10 crustiness dog, said, "Oh wow, I found one of them." And did in fact find one of my old TikToks. Unfortunate. Um, John Harley Kirklog then sent me the AI generated summary of at 19 alligators. I won't be reading that. I don't remember being in any kind of hype house, but I think I was. I don't remember that. Like, I don't have a Scooby Doo when that was. Um, yeah, so Q&A was off the rails at this point. John Harley Kirklog then says, sending your last tweet on 9/11/2021, then disappearing. Love the solidarity with the 2896. Um, fist emoji. I am not fisting them. That's gross. Remember the Alamo. Then John Harley Kirklog sent a copy pasted tweet of mine from many years ago. Then Crustiness Dog copies another tweet of mine into the chat, which is actually a good one of mine that was kind of recent from a different Twitter account that says Crickets Lowkey had a really good idea when they decided what to do with their feet. 4.5 out of 10 Crustiness Dog asks, when will you start tweeting again? Many have been asking. Um, when my sparkle comes back, maybe I will. Oh, I did respond to this, but I didn't say that. I said when this server collapses, so I have to put my thoughts somewhere else. That's a better answer, probably. Um, Another classic from when I was a young boy. I do renegade at least 4 times per shower just to make sure I don't get rusty. I said, did I say that? That's fire. I've been an icon from a young age. Oh, this is a real question. Okay, we're so back. Chicken Slut says, "What would you say to other people who feel confused about themselves, what with college or identity or career or whatever?" Um, First of all, Chicken Slut is Jadu, and Jadu's my friend. Awesome stuff. So are like all of these people, but it's funnier to use their server names. Um, what would I say? I mean, I think I spend a lot of my time considering wisdom questions such as these. Um, I would say you don't have to have it all figured out. I think that it's really common for people to hear about all of these, like other people's career paths and all the things they're doing to get there, and all these plans that they have and all these goals that they have, and they know exactly what they want to be and when they want to be there. But it's honestly a lot less common than you'd think. Um, I think people like to talk about things when they know what they want, but when people don't know what they want, they kind of just keep it to themselves because it feels like you're the only one. But you're not the only one. It happens to like most people, I would say. I think I got really lucky that I kind of just like fixated on like psychology and social work, and I kind of just knew that that was what I wanted to do, and it suited my needs really well. Um, but I mean, your objective in life should just be to enjoy yourself. And so your career can be a means to an end. I know a lot of people don't like to talk about that, but like you can do something because you want to live your life and like be happy in your free time away from work. Like it doesn't it doesn't have to be consuming of your life and whatever. Um, I think for me personally, I am pretty susceptible to burnout, and so I really did want something that would feel fulfilling to me, and I would kind of like know that I had a reason to be doing it. Um, but I don't think that that's the case for everyone, and I don't think that has to be the case for everyone. Um, I think the goal of your life should be to enjoy the most of your time possible while you are on this earth, because you do have limited time. And so if you don't want to waste your years away, like in some stupid business program or something like that, like, great. I don't think you have to. Like, I think you can do something to pay the bills and then spend all of your other time doing something that means a whole lot more to you. Um, and I think not enough people talk about that. Um, and that also can change. Like, you can decide, like, you love traveling, and then you can decide that you love gardening. And it doesn't have to be like I'm going to dedicate my whole life to this thing. It's just about, like, enjoying your time, I feel like. Um, so, number one, you're not alone. You're a lot less alone than a lot of people realize. And you don't have to have it figured out, and your identity doesn't have to revolve around your career. I know it kind of feels like that because the first question people ask when they meet you is like, "Oh, what do you do for work?" Um, but it really doesn't. Like it can be a means to just enjoying yourself in your free time. Um, so yeah, I would say just be patient, and you might never come to a concise answer, and that's okay. Um, just do things that make you happy and stuff like that. And that's really all you can ask for. Like, I don't think anyone really has it all figured out. So, yeah, that's my advice for a chicken slut. Um, if you could achieve native fluency in 3 additional languages right now, which ones would you choose and why? This is such a cool question. Um, hmm, I gotta hmm. I gotta consider this because I mean, obviously I could say like Mandarin because it's such a like complex and intricate language that or like at least if we're talking about native fluency like being able to write as well, like that would be so cool. Um Spanish because I don't know, I took it in school growing up and I just think like it's a really nice language. I got pretty burnt out with it when I was in school, but I enjoy speaking in Spanish even if I'm not very good at it. And then last one, maybe. I mean, I feel like maybe like Tamil, just because like it's a really old language and it has a lot of like different, like it would allow you to kind of understand a lot of the different regional languages in like southern India, and I think that would be really cool because you can kind of like have building blocks. Um, so yeah, I would say Tamil maybe. Um, I don't know. I also just like how the characters look in Tamil. I think they're pretty. Um, yeah. Oh, that was by Ground Jordan, by the way. He's kind of the goat. He's fire. Um, Molly asks, what are the names of all 19 alligators and which one is your favorite? Um, for fear of being a mommy vlogger, I cannot release their names, and I certainly cannot have a favorite because they are all my lovely children and they are each developing at their own paces, and I love them all equally. Um, so I can't tell you their names or which one is my favorite, unfortunately, which is kind of a cop-out answer. Um, so sorry for that. Um, Favorite pithy lyric. Now I'm Googling who Pithy is right now. No, I think Meet the new boss, same as the old boss. Okay, I do like that one because that's funny. So I'll say that, and I don't really know what's going on. But thank you, Fenib, for this question. I just am musically inept, you know? Um, Favorite fruit from Marta, wonderful mother of Maria Alfinete. Um, my favorite fruit would have to be a mango, and I know that's kind of basic, but they're like so good. And like mango juice, oh my God. So I'd say mango. What about Ireland are you most excited about? I think I am most excited for, well, I could give you the philosophical answer and I can give you the practical answer. I am most excited for securing a place to live because housing is kind of nightmare right now, and it's a little bit terrifying. Um, Practically, that is what I'm most excited about. Philosophically, I'm most excited to leave behind the pretty despicable structures and systems of the country that I currently live in, um, and to kind of feel safe that my rights aren't going to be slowly stripped away from me right before my very eyes, and I won't be stuck watching it happen. Um, Probably most excited about having hope about the place I'm living in. Um, Favorite area code? This is a good question. I think right now I'm going to go with, oh, see, it's the 13 or the 18 that looks like a little poopy and it's coming out of Poland. Um, it's like far southeast of Poland and it looks like a little poopy. Um, Fuck, it's 13. Oh my God, I'm the worst to ever do it. 18's the one next to the poopy. I always get those mixed up. That's a stinker. I should have remembered. Um, anyway, I would say the 13 Polish phone code is my favorite because it looks like a little poopy coming out of Poland at the bottom. Um, Honorable mention is 46 in Brazil because it looks like a mirrored version of Uganda, and that's like the only thing I can see when I see the shape of it, and that's how I remember it. Hope this helps. 4.5 out of 10 crustiness dog says favorite North American airline. I would have to say, well, I feel like, right, Alaska's like pretty much always a solid choice. I haven't flown Delta in a while. Southwest, isn't Southwest kind of shitty? I don't remember. I'll say Alaska because I don't recall. Okay, MGLN says if you could change one U.S. state highway shield, which one and what would you change it to? Personally, I think that the Utah one just really doesn't fit the state of Utah, and it's kind of sickening. And I think that, you know, I'm thinking about the population of Utah and, what would kind of represent them. And I think they're kind of boring. Um, and so what I would do is instead of that stupid ass like acorn or whatever they have, I would put the shape of a U on the sign and then put like the road number like in the middle of the U so that everyone knows it's in Utah and it's not the stupid acorn or whatever it is. Isn't it like an upside down acorn? Girl, I'm so bad at this game that I'm like supposed to be making videos about. Jesus. Um, Ultra Smegma asks, do you ever regret making the dog breed video? Um, no, I don't think so. I think, it's just, I don't know, it's one of those like silly things that I do. And like, yeah, it's kind of weird, but like, I think some people found it funny, and that's really all you can hope for. Um, I think I did learn from that experience that, I have an online presence and it can sometimes reach the people that I'm talking about. And even if I'm not saying anything like objectively mean, like I still would rather be kinder in my future videos. 'Cause like it's all like funny and silly to be like say whatever, whatever, and make someone like a chihuahua or something in the video, but then you have to like go up to them and have a conversation with them in real life, and then you're like, oh man, I'm so sorry I made you a chihuahua in that video. I don't hate you. Like, I actually don't know anything about you. Um, so, definitely a learning curve there. I didn't really like I was making these videos, I didn't really foresee the consequence that a lot of people would actually see them, which is my own fault. Um, And I don't know. I think like it was nothing bad because I don't know, I don't say a lot of mean things, I think. I'd like to think. Um, but it's still like I could be kinder. I could be more kind, and I want to be in the future. So, there's always room to grow, and I like to find the like way to grow and everything, I think. So, I think I can be kinder. But I don't regret making the dog breed video. I don't think I said anything really mean. Like most of it was just silly. Um, and I think I did talk to a lot of the people in the video, and they seemed to like it or like didn't take offense to it at all. So no, like I think I'm glad because it kind of opened me up to like a community of people that I probably wouldn't have had access to if I hadn't made it. And I had fun making it, and it was silly, and I think some people liked it. So, like, no. Um, Dewey asks, favorite Vietnam province before and after reform? No, I don't know. Okay, Ben Trey's a solid one. I don't know if that's before and after reform. I like Ben Trey though. Um, I also like the Quangs because they're kind of like ordered down the coast, right? Except for Quang Ninh, which is like up a little bit north, like far north. And I don't know if those are like before and after reform or what. Like that's all above my pay grade. But I do like those because they feel a little bit ordered at least, and they're kind of easy to find. Um, Dickerus asks, does Mike Wazowski blink or wink? I don't want to look at him. If I never see Mike Wazowski do either, I would be okay. See, this is a puzzling one because it's like it is as complex as what came first, the chicken or the egg. Because on the one hand, you're like, well, the chicken, duh. But then you're like, fuck, what about the egg? Fuck. But then you're like, but what about the chicken? And so, like, it's kind of the same thing here. And there's no winning, I think. I think there's no correct answer, and I would rather just not look at him. Quintek asks, favorite type of owl? I don't know a lot of owls. Um, Types of owls. They should, let me just see what they're called and then pictures of them. 40 types of owls. Barn owl, great horned owl, snowy owl. Those are pretty. I don't like the eastern screech owl. That guy looks weird. A western screech owl. That one looks like a piece of wood. Northern saw-whet owl. They need to have an owl that's like the color of a parrot. Now that would be a cool owl. Burrowing owl. See, he looks severe, you know? This guy does not look, the tawny owl, this guy's not serious. He's not locked in. He's locked out. Eurasian eagle owl. See, this one looks majestic. Like, he could, like, heal 5 people and then return to his original spot in, like, at, like, the speed of sound, you know? So right now that one's my favorite, I think. Oh, the northern hawk owl. 3 to 9 eggs. Yeah, damn. Spotted owl. This one looks stupid as hell. This one looks like that, what are those little, like, Star Wars creatures that are, like, stupid? Are they, like, the baby Chewbacca's? Is that what they are? It looks like that, the spotted owl. Elf owl. This thing does not look like an elf. Lamulated owl. Poor guy. What does this guy do to get named that? He just has big, stupid eyes. Poor guy. How many eggs did he lay? 2 or 4. Okay. So at least he kind of gets a little bit of a break in that regard. Blackiston's fish owl. Oh, girl. Oh, girl. See, this guy's chunky as hell. He gotta be eating fish, I guess. And he gotta be living in the cold.
Riparian zones in dense mature forests with access to ice-free streams or rivers in Northeast Asia. 1 to 2 eggs. Mottled owl. This guy looks scary. He looks like he has demons inside of him. Spectacled owl. This guy looks stupid as hell. Oh my god. He looks like he's got goggles on. He looks like he's a nerd emoji. Like he's showing up to his first day of class, bro. Oh, the striped owl looks like a cat. Okay, I think this is my new favorite because he does look like a cat. Now, there's supposed to be 40 owls on this website, and I do feel like just to do the question justice, I have to go through all of them. Thank you, spiderzoom.com/animals/types-of-owl. Backslash. No, regular slash. Striped owl is my favorite so far. African wood owl. Oh my god. What is that, bro? Bro, someone take him to the groomer. This guy needs a haircut. Sub-Saharan Africa. They have owls there? That's so cool. 2 eggs. Female incubates while the male delivers food. Typical gender norms. Sick and twisted. Oriental bay owl. Ugh, why does it look like a grasshopper if it was brown? Oh my god. Oh my god, this video's gonna be genuinely 2 hours long because I'm looking at 40 different kinds of owls. Jungle owlet. See, this guy's smooth. He's slick. He's a classic. I like him. Collared owlet. See, this guy. This is like, okay. The jungle owlet, like that's like the red angry bird, and then freaking the collared owlet, that's like the yellow angry bird. He's like the older brother of the red angry bird, and he like wishes he was as good as the red angry bird, but he's just like shaped like a rectangle instead. Um, Ferruginous pygmy owl. Oh, he's a sweet little guy. All across, small but fierce predator. Taking down prey nearly as large as itself, being okay. Mobbed by songbirds. What a good way to die, honestly. Little owl. Well, then what the hell was the pygmy owl? Why are we doing all this? I like this owl because his face is like smushed, you know? Like his head is like a hamburger. I like this hamburger owl. Okay. Brown fish owl. See, I like this guy too because he's got ears. I like ones with ears, you know? Like I know they're not ears in their feathers or something, but Indian eagle owl. Whoa. Indian subcontinent. Okay, are we almost done with these? We're only at 30? See, this guy looks stupid as hell. This guy looks like one of those penguins from Madagascar that's like the stupid one though, that's like always messing things up. That's what the Buffy fish owl looks like. Scops owl. This guy looks like he's made out of stone. This guy looks like if you lifted him up, there would be ants on his tummy. Get real. That's just not an owl. Sunda scoops owl. This looks like a cicada. You cannot tell me this thing like is a predator to other things. Like that shit just looks at you. Sunda scops owl. These are beetles, moths, crickets, other nocturnal insects. Northern white-faced owl. Dry savannas and woodlands of sub-Saharan Africa. Expressive facial disc and ability to dramatically alter its appearance when threatened. So do you think in this photo the owl's threatened or not threatened? I don't know. Southern white-faced owl. Don't care. Same as the northern one. Greater sooty owl. See, this guy looks like an alien creature. This looks like something that was dropped off by a UFO. Where does he live? Eastern Australia and parts of New Guinea. Oh, that's fascinating. Oh, what a guy. Lesser sooty owl? We cannot be naming these creatures like that. What about their feelings? Tropical rainforest of northeastern Queensland. That is cool, though. More localized relative of the greater sooty owl. Powerful owl. No shot. They gotta at this point just name him some shit like Robert. Like, what are we talking about? Powerful owl. Robert owl. Christopher owl. Nancy owl. Get real. Where does this one live? Oh, it's the largest owl in Australia. Barking owl. I don't like that one. It's got scary look in his eyes. Are they all Australian? Australasian grass owl. See, this guy looks like, okay, his face looks like if you cut an apple in half. On God. Okay, I made it. Oh, no, I didn't. I have one more. Andean pygmy owl. Right. This guy's, it's one of those creatures. It's like one of the ones that I said needs to go to the groomer and like just get brushed out. Um, okay.
That's all of the owls. What did I say was my favorite? I think. Wait, I have to go back and see this. Maybe it was the Indian eagle owl. I do like that one. Okay, back to my questions. I hope that this answered your question. Roticity asks, do you have any updates or additions to the dog breed list? I will say that I think last year I was a bit harsh on MK. Now that I would consider him a friend and we played team duels together, I have a much better understanding of him as a person. And I forget if I made him a Chihuahua or a Shih Tzu. Either way, it wasn't nice. And I would that would be like the update to the dog breed list, is that I would change that. Um, Favorite person called Dan. Um, Probably Dan from Dan and Phil. I feel like he's a pretty good guy. Not that I know him personally, but just seems like it. Thank you, Tweedle Dan, for your question. Um, Favorite bottled water brand? I think that bottled water is a scam and water should be free, and why are we bottling a resource that you need to live? and selling it to stay alive. I just think that morally that is incorrect. And fuck, Poland Springs, you are on my shit list because you're not from Polish, you don't sell springs, and you sell water. So like you're 0 for 3, man. Like try something else. Um, thank you, Binion. I have made it through all the questions. I very much appreciate everyone who asked me questions. Um, I am very grateful for all of my subscribers. I know that most of them are just my friends, but even so, I feel like I am very lucky and very grateful for all of the wonderful people in my life, and I hope I get to meet so many more wonderful people. I feel like this community or the GeoGuessr community is a really good place for that. Um, I don't know. I'm very grateful for all of my 100 and whatever subscribers, even if the YouTube channel is a silly joke. Um, I hope that you enjoyed my little podcast and my gameplay wasn't too unbearable to watch, whatever it may be. But yeah, if you have any more questions for me, I can still answer in the comments. So if you want to leave me a comment and just ask me whatever question, if you're not in my Discord server, um, feel free by all means. Um, I would love to answer questions. I love to talk. I'm a talker, if you haven't noticed. Um, so yeah, basically, thank you all so much. I love you all so much. I am very grateful for all of you. Um, and 100 subscribers is like funny, but also like, it's like, oh, I feel loved in my community. And that means a lot. So thanks so much, you guys. Um, and I will see you next time for an unknown video in an unknown amount of time, as I'm currently trying to become Irish, and it's taking up a lot of my energy outside of work. So I'll do my best. I have ideas, I just don't know that I have the motivation to put them together. But we'll see. Thank you so much for watching and have a good day. Bye, guys.